Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Welcome back to another lesson of the Language Tutor. Well friends, last time we talked about direct object pronouns. Well today I'm going to take that a step further and we're going to talk about, you probably guessed it, indirect object pronouns. Indirect objects. So, we talked about what a direct object is. We gave you, if you remember last time, we gave you that question. If you look at the verb and you put the word what after it, and you ask yourself that, it tells you what the direct object is. Now, we're going to talk about what an indirect object is. And before we can talk about indirect object pronouns, we got to define what an indirect object is. All right, so indirect objects talk about to whom the verb is done or for whom the verb is done. And it can also tell where the direct object is going, okay? So it answers those questions. Now I want to give you a quick example. Let's put an example up here in English really quick. He gives the money to Juan. Now, if we were finding the direct object here, we would take that verb gives and we put the word what after it and we'd say, gives what? Well, money. That's the answer. That tells us the direct object. Now, we're going to answer to whom, for whom, or in what direction that direct object is going. It's going to Juan in this sentence. And so Juan is the indirect object in this sentence, okay? And so we also talked about how pronouns replace nouns, okay? So if we were looking at this sentence, he gives the money to Juan. We know it's done to Juan. Now, what word would we use in English, do you think, that would replace Juan? Him, exactly. So him would be the indirect object pronoun. Okay, so really that's what indirect object pronouns do in indirect objects. They show to whom it's done. Okay, so now that we kind of understand what an indirect object is and an indirect object pronoun, I want us to talk about these in Spanish. Now, we're going to put the chart up here in just a minute and give you the set of indirect object pronouns. And they're going to be almost just like the direct object pronouns that we talked about before. Before we do that, let's just look at one more example in English. They buy us school supplies. They buy us school supplies. Now, just look at really quick. What is the direct object in this sentence? If you say the word buy and buy what? The answer is school supplies. Now, for whom or to whom or in what direction is that direct object going? It's going to us. Us is the indirect object pronoun. There we go. I think you're probably understanding it, but anytime you have a question, make sure you just put a comment right down there and I'll be glad to answer it for you. Okay, now let's talk about how to do this in Spanish. Here are the indirect object pronouns. We're going to put our chart back up, our famous chart that I get so many comments about. We got a chart up there and let's put these up. Now you're going to notice that some of these are just like those direct objects we did last lesson. So up in the top left, we've got me, and in the middle left, we have te, and then on the top right, I'm going to go out of order here. On the top right, we've got nos, and on the middle right, we have os. Okay, now those four are just like direct object pronouns, so that's easy to start with, right? Now the only ones that are different are the bottom left and the bottom right. So before we had lo and la, and we had los and las. Well, now we're just simply going to have one on each side. First of all, on the bottom left, we have the word le, and then on the bottom right, we have the word les. Okay, so now you might want to just take a minute just to get it in your head. Mete le. Nos os les. Mete le, nos os les. That kind of solidifies them in your head, in your mental chart, so that you can start putting them in the conversation. All right, now let's put these into sentences, okay? Now I'm going to use a sentence that I'm going to use over and over in this lesson because I want you to see this sentence with different twists and context, okay? Let's put the sentence up here in English really quick. Jose writes me a letter. Jose writes me a letter. Okay, there you go. You're thinking to yourself, if you were practicing Spanish, Okay, letter is a direct object, so to whom it's done, that's me. Okay, then I would use an indirect object pronoun there. All right, now that would be this. José me escribe una carta. José me escribe una carta. All right, let's look at that sentence. He writes a letter, and it's done to me, so me, okay? He writes it to me. And notice how we always put it in front of the verb, okay? It's got to go in front of the verb. Now, later on, friends, I'm going to show you some different ways to use these pronouns, but let's start out with this and get these down, and then we'll build onto it later. Okay, now, let's change it to you. Jose writes you a letter. All right, what we do is say basically the same sentence, but we change me to te. Jose te escribe una carta. Te escribe. All right, now what if we were going to say Jose writes him a letter? Just think about that without me telling you for a second. Okay, you're probably already putting it together. We would change the te or the me to le, because anything that's done to him is on that bottom left of the chart. So remember, it's me te le. So José le escribe una carta. Jose writes him a letter. Now, just point out, le is the only word down here in the bottom left. So that's going to be the one we use for él and ella and usted. So let's see that in context. Jose writes her a letter. It's going to be the same thing. Jose le escribe una carta. Now, what if I were speaking to you respectfully, the usted form? It would be the same thing. Jose le escribe una carta. I'm speaking to you. Some people, well, quite often people ask me, well, how do you know the difference between le, meaning him or her, or you? You'll know that by the context. You do in conversation, you understand it. Okay, now let's go up to the top right over here. Jose writes us a letter. Jose nos escribe una carta. Okay? Now, if we were in Spain and we were saying Jose writes you a letter, plural, you all, it would be this. Jose os escribe una carta. Okay? Now let's look at the ones on the bottom right. It's done to them. Les goes with ellos, it goes with ellas, and it goes with ustedes. So if we wanted to say Jose writes them a letter, talking to boys or about boys or girls, Jose les escribe una carta. And again, if I were talking about you all, Jose les escribe una carta. There you go. But friends, I do want to mention that sometimes that indirect object is not right out mentioned, or the direct object is not outright mentioned in the sentence. Here's an example. If I were to say, I told her, well, we would still use an indirect object pronoun there because we would still use le, because the direct object is implied. We say, I told her. It's implying I told her it. There's a piece of information. That's what you told, but it's still done to her. So sometimes it's not outright mentioned, but if it's done to her, then it would be an indirect object pronoun. Okay, now, friends, I encourage you to try to get all the verbs that you know. Start trying to come up with sentences that are done to someone. Take the verbs you know and imagine them done to someone, and then try to put that in Spanish using indirect object pronouns. And like I say, in the future, we will look at some other ways to use these, but get these down first, and I know you're going to get them down well and be really strong in conversation.